Hi everyone, welcome back to Words 4. My name is Sascha, and today we're going to be reading Mr. Putter and Tabby Pour the Tea. This book was written by Cynthia Rylant, illustrated by Arthur Howard, and published by the Houghton Mifflin Company. Thank you to all those who contributed to this amazing work. Now let's begin. Chapter 1, Mr. Putter. Before he got his fine cat, Tabby, Mr. Putter lived all alone. In the mornings, he had no one to share his English muffins. In the afternoons, he had no one to share his tea. And in the evenings, there was no one Mr. Putter could tell his stories to. And he had the most wonderful stories to tell. All day long, as Mr. Putter clipped his roses and fed his tulips and watered his trees, Mr. Putter wished for some company. He had warm muffins to eat, he had good tea to pour, and he had wonderful stories to tell. Mr. Putter was tired of living alone. Mr. Putter wanted a cat. Chapter 2, Tabby. Mr. Putter went to the pet store. "Do you have cats?" he asked the pet store lady. "We have 14, she said. Mr. Putter was delighted. But when he looked into the cage, he was not. Can you guess why all of a sudden he wasn't so delighted? "These are kittens," he said. "I was hoping for a cat." "Oh, no one wants cats, sir." "Do you know the difference between a cat and a kitten?" "That's exactly right. A kitten is a small and young version of a cat, a baby cat." So the store lady said that no one wants cats. They are not cute. They are not peppy. Mr. Putter himself had not been cute and peppy for a very long time. He said, "I want a cat." "Then go to the shelter, sir," said the pet store lady. "You are sure to find a cat." And what do you think Mr. Putter did? Mr. Putter went to the shelter. "Have you any cats?" he asked the shelter man. "We have a fat gray one, a thin black one, and an old yellow one," said the man. "Did you say old?" asked Mr. Putter. The shelter man brought Mr. Putter the old yellow cat. Its bones creaked, its fur was thinning, and it seemed a little deaf. Mr. Putter creaked, his hair was thinning, and he was a little deaf too. So he took the old yellow cat home. Now wait a second. Why did Mr. Putter take the old yellow cat home? I wonder, could it be because they're similar? Probably. I mean, Mr. Putter was old and the cat was old, and they were alike in many ways. So now let's read on to find out what happens after he took the cat home. He named her Tabby. And that is how their life began. Chapter 3, Mr. Putter and Tabby. Tabby loved Mr. Putter's tulips. She was old, and beautiful things meant more to her. She would rub past all the yellow tulips. Then she would roll past all the red tulips. Then she would take her bath among all the pink tulips. Mr. Putter clipped roses while Tabby bathed. In the mornings, Mr. Putter and Tabby liked to share an English muffin. Mr. Putter ate his with jam. Tabby ate hers with cream cheese. Now, wait a second. We already know that Mr. Putter and Tabby are quite similar, but how are they different? Correct. Well, obviously, Mr. Putter is a person and Tabby is a cat, so they're different there. But can you think of another reason? One more difference. That's absolutely right. Mr. Putter likes his English muffin with jam, and Tabby likes hers with cream cheese. In the afternoons, Mr. Putter and Tabby liked to share tea. Mr. Putter took his with sugar, Tabby took hers with cream. That's another difference, right? Let's keep reading. In the evenings, they sat by the window, and Mr. Putter told his stories. He told the most wonderful stories. Each story made Tabby purr. On summer days, they warmed their old bones together in the sun. On fall days, they took long walks through the trees. And on winter days, they turned the opera up very loud. After a while, it seemed as if they had always lived together. Tabby knew just what Mr. Putter was going to do next. Mr. Putter knew just where Tabby was going to sleep next. So, it looks like they know each other quite well now. We could even say they're the best of friends. In the mornings, each looked for the other as soon as they opened their eyes. And at night, each looked for the other as their eyes were closing. Mr. Putter could not remember life without Tabby. Tabby could not remember life without Mr. Putter. They lived among their tulips and trees. They ate their muffins, they poured their tea, they turned up the opera, and enjoyed the most perfect company of all. Can you guess what that most perfect company is? Each other. The end. I love that book. I think it's so great. Now, how do you think Mr. Putter's feelings changed throughout the story? That's right. I think it's because Mr. Putter was lonely at first, but when he found Tabby, he became super happy because he had the perfect friend and the perfect companion. And if you enjoyed that story, feel free to check out the many other versions of Mr. Putter and Tabby's adventures. Thank you for tuning in to this episode of Words 4. Once again, my name is Sascha. Have a wonderful day.